My name is Apostle Eric Nidodu Amu. I'm the General Secretary of the Ahuma Kojo, the First Family. We, the members of the Ahuma Kojo, the First Family of Adansi, Mantse of Ngleshie, Alata, Jamestown, have come to you today to clarify some misconceptions concerning the instrument of the Paramount Chief of Ngleshie, Alata, Jamestown. Recent press conferences and television interviews have alleged that there is no successor Paramount Chief in Ngleshie, Alata, Jamestown, after the death of the late Kojo Abibio V. We would like to inform all and sundry today that a successor Paramount Chief, Ahuma Kojo III, has been installed, who hails from the Ahuma Kojo the First Family. The Ahuma Kojo the First Family were informed by Mr. Albert Ahuma Solomon Sr., who we had sent to represent the Ahuma Kojo the First Family at the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Traditional Council, that the late Kojo Abibio V kept reminding the Traditional Council at its meetings that after his death, it will be the turn of the Ahuma Kojo the First Family to ascend to the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown stool. We were, therefore, to be prepared to present a candidate to be installed as the next Paramount Chief of Ngleshie Alata Jamestown. We sent 2 letters to the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Traditional Council to confirm this, and later followed it up with a delegation of 4 of our family members, 2 men and 2 women, to inquire about the veracity of the fact that it is the turn of our family to present a candidate for installment as the next Paramount Chief of Ngleshie Alata Jamestown. We did not receive any replies to our letters, and the delegation returned with a message that the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Traditional Council did not deal in the writing of letters, but in verbal messages to be acted upon. The head of family, the late Mr. Benjamin Kofi Yankson, insisted on the family receiving a delegation from the Jamestown Palace to confirm the message. So later, a delegation led by one Ngleshie was sent to the family with 2 bottles of Castlebridge schnapps, a white calico, and some cash to request for the family's candidate to be released to the chiefs for installation as the new Paramount Chief of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown, to succeed the late Kojo Abibio V. The family requested for candidates from the 5 sub-families, namely the Solomon family, the Cheatham family, the Couple family, the Nikwe family, and the Clotte family. 3 persons were nominated, 2 from the Solomon family and 1 from the Couple family. A thorough vetting was done of the 3 persons, and Mr. Henry Nun Couple was selected as the nominee most suitable for the position of Paramount Chief of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown. A legal document of the vetting process was prepared titled Ahuma Kojo Family, Selection of Candidate for Chieftaincy Affairs or Chieftaincy of Ngleshie Alata. This is the document. And copies were sent to the then acting president of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown Traditional Council, the late Ngleshie Adi, the chairman of the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Stool Council, Asura Hansen, and the secretary of the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Stool Council, Kojo. Subsequently, Asura Hansen, accompanied by Anissa Sosraku, visited the then head of the family of the Ahuma Kojo, the First Family, the late Mr. Benjamin Kofi Yankson, who had been his student in the past, and congratulated him for a good job done on the vetting of the nominees. Kojo also visited the late Bishop William Thomas Pamina Chita, the immediate past head of the Ahuma Kojo the First family, at his church home and discussed the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown chieftaincy affairs with him. At a more recent TV interviews of me, Akwebunsu, and the Anumansa Jase, the Anumansa Jase told the press that the Ahuma Kojo the First family had produced 2 persons to be installed as the paramount chief of Ngleshie Alata Jamestown. That is not true. The Ahuma Kojo the First family vetted 3 of their family members, namely Mr. Edward Ajiri Solomon, Mr. now Reverend Albert Ahuma Kojo Solomon, and Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu. Reverend Albert Ahuma Kojo Solomon was disqualified because he had not had any further education beyond the secondary school level. Mr. Edward Ajiri Solomon informed the family that he had attended the Workers' College from 1987 to 1988, but he could not produce any certificates to prove this. He also misconducted himself by incarcerating and adoring himself as the new paramount chief of Ngleshie Alata Jamestown. As a result of this, he and his supporters were arrested and placed in cells at the Jamestown police station for 3 days for this action. Mr. Albert Ahuma Solomon Sr., who had nominated him, was asked to withdraw him as a candidate for the chieftaincy, which he did. He was also fined an amount of 80 Ghana cedis for allowing his nominee to misconduct himself. Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu, however, had graduated as first-class refrigeration engineer and had a firefighting training certificate from the Regional Maritime Academy in Ugwa, Accra, as well as several professional training courses in appliance electricity, air conditioning, and gas heating systems at the CS Institute, Detroit, Michigan, USA, and had a certificate to prove it. He also has certified license with the city of Detroit in the following: unlimited refrigerating journeyman, and 2, first-class refrigerating operator, and mechanical contractor license with the state of Michigan in the following classifications: HVAC equipment, refrigeration, heating service, unlimited refrigeration and air conditioning service, under the business name of Thermo 1 Zone Heating, Cooling and Refrigerating Incorporated. After the withdrawal of Mr. Edward Ajiri Solomon as a candidate, Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu was unanimously acclaimed as the Ahuma Kojo the First family candidate for installation as the successor paramount chief of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown. So the Ahuma Kojo the First family presented only one person, Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu, who has now gone through all the necessary customary rites at Ajumaku Darampong, the Ngleshie Alata Palace, and Wager, and has been installed as Ahuma Kojo III, paramount chief of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown. The customary rites were performed by the New Okwe family, led by Ni Tete Okwe II, as the acting Jasiche. These included the following: he was incarcerated and outlawed at Wager. 2, he was bathed in the Atlantic Ocean and paraded on the streets of Jamestown. 3, he was ushered into the stoolroom for Ajumaku Darampong and later swore to the elders of Ajumaku Darampong in the forecourt of the stoolhouse. 3, he was ushered into the Ngleshie Alata Jamestown Palace and entered the stoolroom by Numo Ayite Konko, the chief stool priest of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown, who also performed all the necessary rites for him in the presence of the late chief linguist, Uchiami Abekas Kafu. 5, upon returning from the stoolroom, he swore to the Jaseche and some chiefs of Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown. He was then confined at the Wager Shrine for 3 days and received all the ornaments antecedent to the instrument of an Ngleshie Alata Mantse. 7. He was sent to the Wejawoko and was bathed in the Densu River. 8. He was adored at Weja Palace at the new Ngleshie Alata, Jamestown, Mantse. Thank you very much.